Allegedly Wednesdays, where all things said are alleged. Thank you, occurring now. Oh my goodness, y'all. So, all gas, no brakes is still going. I told y'all it would go all the way through October, possibly into early November. Goodness, goodness. Yeah, I when I tell y'all I can't keep up, oh my word, I can't keep up. Come on through, Austin, talking about you on time. Oh my gosh, y'all. Um, ooh, oh, have mercy. I don't know how many of y'all been putting me on X, Twitter, whatever we call it now. It's always funny when I see my snippets over there because I'm like, how the hell do I keep getting over there? But hey, y'all, hey. Oh my gosh. Um, Before we get out of here today, we're gonna say a prayer for Nikki so that she can keep her strength up. It's a lot going on. She's got a lot against her. Shout out to everybody who comes over to Twitch because you will not be surprised at everything that's coming out now. Because we touched on this on Twitch where I told y'all that she was using technology to track down the people who were doing things, behind the scenes, and she was going to catch up to those people. And she was using the same technology that they were using. Oh, thank you. I love it. I like these new graphics. Those are so cute. She was using the same technology that they were using to catch up to him, which, she just said that, she tracked a person who was tracking her. And, come to find out they were tracking her whereabouts through her phone. I also told y'all that she had friends in some very high places in law enforcement, and those friends were going to be cracking down on things, helping her to get to the bottom of things. So these are all things that we talked about on Twitch already. So when it came out, I was definitely not surprised. I I actually felt for her because it's like these are people that, she has embraced, treated them like family, and she has a big heart, but she's got to tighten it up. She's got to tighten up the energy around her. Um, there's going to be a lot of changes in her life. It may seem very tumultuous, but it's going to be for the best. So, when you see her, flip things around, I'm doing pretty good. Thank you, Vanity Bammy. I'm doing a lot better, y'all. I can, first of all, my ribs, y'all, I can breathe without pain. So, a lot better. You're going to see her, have to switch up practically everything. If you see her decide to move, it's all for the higher good. Unfortunately, higher levels mean higher devils. So the good thing is, those that are coming against her, they're still going to fall. So it doesn't matter how they come against her, how strong they come against her. What they don't understand is, oh, thank you, Austin, for donating to my shenanigans. Heavenly Father, get that back to him tenfold. Yeah, it doesn't matter how they come against her, y'all. They're pretty much done. See, what they don't understand is spiritual judgment has already been decreed on them. They've already lost in spiritual realm. Right now, they're just buying time. And that's it. They're just buying time. They don't have much time left. It doesn't matter, how they try to, skate their way through this. They're going down regardless. So for, those of you who don't know, Nikki found out that people in her team were stealing from her Amex card. Thank you for joining membership. They were, stealing from her Amex card, and also from, I want to say, a fund that she had for the Barbs for like the giveaways or whatnot. And we're going to get into some things because once again on Twitch, we already tapped into Zach Taylor. I mean, what's his name? Zachary Campbell. Shit, I didn't remix his name. We've already tapped into Zachary Taylor. Campbell. Shit, I did it again. Zach Campbell, y'all. We tapped into Zach Campbell. And I told y'all Zach Campbell was going to be caught up in something that could cause legal ramifications. Okay? I already told y'all that. Zach Campbell and Cardi B are in the same pocket right now because the both of them set up and popped off and popped off and popped off. He ain't from my part of Detroit. We don't claim him. Okay? And for those of you that have been on Twitch with me, you already heard this. I completely despise the way he works in feminine energy, but disrespects feminine energy. Okay? You are trying to be an effeminate male, moving around in feminine energy, but you're calling a woman that you don't know, who's never done anything to you personally, all out of her name, calling her all types of bitches and saying all types of things about her that you know if you were here in the city, baby, they'd bust you in your mouth until your teeth click together. No matter how you feel when it comes to those people that gave you that little pat on the back, okay? The majority of your fan base, the people who follow you, are women. You were birthed of a mother. You have a grandmother. You have aunties. Okay? How do you have a female following and feel so comfortable disrespecting a woman, especially a woman that you never met, the way that you do? You have no right to call that woman all those names. And she's done nothing to you personally for you to call her all those names. And what was that he said? Oh, we know your tea? Who is we? See, that's what you get for sitting up gossiping, but not verifying, not clarifying what you heard. See, people can tell you anything. They could say anything about somebody, but until you verify what's been told to you, you need to tread lightly with how you run your mouth about that person, because you have taken it to a very low place, being very personal with the person that you've never met. And it's really disgusting. But see, I blame the women that follow Zach Campbell, because the women that follow Zach Campbell should have got him together. The women that follow Zach Campbell should have told him that they found his rhetoric inappropriate, because no matter what you're saying, there's a way to give your commentary without being disrespectful to women. What he said about Nikki was disrespectful to women overall. I can disagree with a man and not have to call him everything all the way down to the bone marrow. Because me disagreeing with that man and his behavior has nothing to do with how I feel about all men. I can disagree with the gay man without disrespecting that man so bad that I disrespect all gay men. It's a way to do everything. So I don't feel sorry for Zach and what's about to come to him, because he's going to learn his lesson about running his mouth and being a mouthpiece for other people. Because chances are you sat up there and ran your mouth defending information that you got from somebody who could have possibly been the alleged thief. Let me break something down to y'all before I get to pulling cards, okay? If you from off the block, you're about to understand everything I'm saying. Because 9 times out of 10, people who crack cards don't just crack cards, they crack cards to boost as well. So let's say that they were buying pieces off of Nikki's cards to sell to other people. Could you have possibly been buying pieces or accepting things from someone as well? Zachary, were you in these group chats? See, it's about to get real in the field. And see, people who crack cards, let me really break it down to y'all. Because I knew a chick that was so cold with it. Not only did she have a card machine where she was making fake cards, okay? And her cards took 3 to 7 days before it actually went through and came back that it was an invalid card. By that time, she done bought everything she wanted. She also had a tax company where she did people's taxes, and then that gave her infinite information to do what she wanted to do down the line. So it seems like Zach and Cardi may have aligned themselves or maligned themselves with a whole criminal ring. And nobody would have ever known if they hadn't have been so quick to spill that piss that they called tea. No matter what goes on with Nikki and her husband, that has nothing to do with this bigger picture. See, if Nikki ever decides to leave her husband, it still don't have nothing to do with none of this that we're talking about. So think about it. We're talking about a stylist here who styles people, who possibly shows up with pieces for people to wear, and then, they possibly purchase these pieces if they don't borrow them and give them back. How many pieces have been purchased illegally through somebody's card? How many times have you possibly maybe went out with this person, y'all had drinks, went out to dinner, and they did a tap to pay, and that illegal card information was a part of that tap to pay? Cash App as well. Hey, Millie the Mystic Beautiful, how are you? I'm not going to say that Nikki's not going to drop her album. Y'all got to understand right now she's going through a lot and she's hurt. Now is the time to pray for her more now than you ever have. When she said, "Where's my prayer warriors at?" Now is the time to activate as a prayer warrior. Because she's up against some very, very strong enemies. Very, very strong enemies. And the average person couldn't get up to face half of what she's facing. She's been through a lot. So we're going to get off into pulling some cards. Because y'all, listen, off the camera yesterday, honey, oh my God. I did a little cute tap in. I was going to do a couple more lives last night, but I was tired, y'all. But we got some more uploads coming this week. I just, got a few things I got to take care of. But we're going to tap into Zacharina Taylor Campbell, whatever he want to be called, okay? And we're going to tap into Cardi B, because only thing I can say that upsets me with Nicki about this whole situation is that the guy who was running the Barb's, the whole thing where he was, sending out the gifts and whatnot, he used to work for Cardi. I wish on everything that she never hired him. That's the only thing I can say. Well, forever your lady. Hi, B Frost. How are you? Yeah, Pedro. That's the only thing I could say with Nicki. I wish she never hired him on everything. She should have left him on the side of the street, on the curb where he was at. Now, the other one, he had a whole name change. So because he had a name change, she wasn't going to know about his criminal history because he changed his name so that that criminal history didn't pop up. But this is on everything I love, y'all. If you got to work in the echelon where Nicki Minaj is, why are you still stealing? What the hell is wrong with you, you kleptomaniac? You're in the winning circle. No, Caribbean Tasha, you're not blocked. I'm looking at you right now. Prayers with you, snapped angel. I mean, seriously, you have made it to the top. You're in the upper echelon, and you still behaving like a cave dweller. So, Angel, do you think Tay has something to do with it? We're gonna tap into all of that. Oh, he stole from Tamar allegedly. Also, he just going around stealing from all of the ladies. Wow, allegedly. Because this was allegedly Wednesdays. Everything we say over here is alleged. I don't even think it's a poverty mindset. I think, when people do things like this, they get a rush. Just like gambling, just like, doing substances, they get a rush. But, I mean, you crash out. Would you say? So what does the shirt today says? Oh, hold on. It says, I'll just wait for everything to get quiet. So as you can see, the teacher didn't quite make it. She was waiting for everybody to get quiet. So I got a new deck, y'all. I got a new deck every 5 minutes, but still, I got a new deck. So we're going to tap into some energy with this new deck. I actually like this deck a whole lot. Uh-oh. There we go. So it's the Santa Muerte deck. And it's the first deck I've had like this that's colorful. because it's not my first Sugar Skull or Santa Muerte deck, but I like this one. So, okay, y'all let me know down in the chat. Do you want to tap into Pedro first? Do you want to tap into DeAndre first? Do you want to tap into, okay, I see a Pedro. Let me see. Okay. 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 We voting for Pedro. Pedro for president. Okay. Okay. So the majority of you are Pedro. So I'm going to start with Pedro. DeAndre is next. Okay. Thank you, Bryce. It says, Queen, you've been clocking it all. That video yesterday hit more today with the attacks on Nikki and Milagro because they know God is about to move, bringing justice so much more against the evil. Thank you so much. And God don't miss, baby. Heavenly Father, give that back to him tenfold. So you said Pedro for the fans. We're going to do all of them, but I wanted to do it, All righty. Let's start with Pedro, and we're going to go down the line, everybody. So, all righty. Show me the energy around Pedro. Show me the energy around Pedro. I know the Barbs are nervous because he had people's addresses and information. So show me Pedro. Show me Pedro. Show me Pedro. Okay. Ooh, justice in reverse. Pedro. Okay, count your days. 3 of Wands. Justice in reverse and the 3 of Wands. So an opportunity, or what was supposed to be like your ships coming in, leads to justice in reverse. So Pedro, baby, I hope that they get you some of those nice glittery handcuffs, okay? Because it looked like you're going to be down to the station. Yes, Hierophant. Hierophant, we're talking about high-level law enforcement. This is not petty theft. This is not a state case. This feels like Fed, okay? This feels like federal energy. Oh, thank you, Tarot Destiny. Okay, Pedro, let's see if you're going to get some glittery handcuffs. Pink and sparkly ones. High Priestess, 9 of Cups. So, High Priestess, we're talking about secret information that isn't known, attached to a wish fulfillment. Knight of Wands. So allegedly, honey, you probably thought you were going to get in and out, or you were in and out in this situation, and you just didn't expect to get caught. You thought that this was, going to stay cloaked forever, I guess. Okay. Tell us some more, Santa Muerte. King of Wands. Okay, so allegedly, Pedro was having him a good damn time because King of Wands is like a peacock, honey. He likes to show off. And you may have been, okay, so collaboration. So allegedly, it wasn't you, but you possibly were the ringleader of who you were collaborating with, or you were the one that was like the spokesperson. So this let me know you talk too damn much. You got to be seen. You got to let people know that you out here doing what you doing, okay? Would you say Pedro was acting like Yolanda Saldivar? Oh, Lord, have mercy. Not Yolanda. Don't let him out just like you don't let her out. Judgment. Look at Gabriel blowing that horn. Four of Swords. Situation being brought to a rest through justice, judgment rather. Yes, buddy. Ten of Wands. So for y'all that said that he's been quiet, this is why he got the weight of the world on his shoulders. Ten of Wands is like it's too much for him to carry. You know, Six of Swords. Pedro, don't you try to take your ass back home to go visit grandma. Because this is trying to escape a toxic situation. Let's not find out that Pedro done went on a family vacation. I hope they deactivate your passport until they talk to you. Page of Wands, trying to go in a new direction. Seven of Cups, confused on what it is that you need to do, trying to consider your options. Oh, Pedro, are you about to snitch because you feel too pretty to go to jail? Hmm. Don't tell me you feel too cute to go to jail. Are you about to communicate in a certain way? Ace of Pentacles. Oh, baby. Ace of Pentacles is you may have possibly hit a whole lick. Like you got a whole lot out of this. You got more than what people thought. The devil, you was obsessed with getting to the money. Oh, okay. Allegedly, you know, you can't believe what I be saying. You know, I talk to little gnomes out in the garden that are very 420 friendly. Two of Swords. Okay, so yeah, you cut off from all income, strength. So it feels like Nikki been watching you for a minute, possibly over the summer. She was already on to whatever was going on with a lot of what was going on with y'all. So you know, it wasn't Nikki that put her up on what was going on. It was Nikki who confirmed what she already knew. Yeah, Nikki been watching them low key for a minute. Sometimes you gotta play a fool to catch a fool. That would have been hard for me, but hey, I get it. You said a lot of barbs try to tell her to get rid of him. Yeah, this feels like play the fool to catch a fool. Ace of Cups. It's like she showed him a lot of love. Seven of Cups. Morte, which is the death card, and the Chariot. Hold on. So those of you that are new to me, I read as I shuffle, not just what hits the table. Okay, so you got the death card, Seven of Cups, and also down here, the Chariot. So this is showing me that any options that he had, trying to figure out what he was going to do, are all done. He's not going to be able to escape this situation. By the time he realized what what the consequences were, it was already too late. So this is telling me that they did not expect Nikki to go the legal route. Three of Pentacles. So Three of Pentacles is the collaboration. So it's like, you know, it's crazy because it's like the High Priestess, the Nine of Cups and the Three of Pentacles, it was a wish fulfillment to be able to work with Nikki. But it's like, here it is. You turn around and decide you want to collaborate with other people to possibly, allegedly hit licks on Nikki. And you thought that you were going to be able to get away with this, the Chariot. He may have thought that he would be able to do what he wanted to do and then eventually quit and be out. Six of Pentacles, King of Wands. Six of Pentacles is unearned income, money that you get for not working, like hitting the lick, winning the lottery, under the table money, you know, illegal tender type money. Five of Wands. So he didn't expect Nikki to fight him back over this money that he possibly allegedly got under the table. You said they messing with the lie? Lord. Y'all know when I get to talking about certain things, they get to messing with me. So you know it's in the right direction if they start messing with my lives. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. Let me see something. Hold on. Okay. Is it better now? How's it now? Okay. Okay, so I'm seeing it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Because I know my internet has been hacked several times, so I just cut my internet off. All right, let's go. So judgment is coming through the Queen of Wands. Nikki would be the Queen of Wands, the devil. And baby, she's hell-bent. She's fixed, okay? The devil, she's obsessed with bringing these people judgment. And I don't blame her. Nine of Wands, Ten of Wands. So the Nine of Wands in the upright is the wounded warrior. Okay, this is like playing the victim, but it came out in reverse. So this once again lets me think that he believed that he was going to just skate through this situation. He just knew somehow, some way he was going to get, you know, he was going to move through. He was going to skate through this situation. Why was he so sure he was going to skate through this situation? Knight of Cups. Okay, so he was going in a new direction. Knight of Cups. Y'all, he had an escape route, allegedly. This looks like he was offered another opportunity, and he felt like he was going to get down on her until this other opportunity came through, and he was just going to leave and go on about his business. But Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Look at the surprise. That's the jail card, baby. That's the jail card. Yeah. You just thought you was going to just slide on through. Look at you. You just slid down to the county. Would you look at that? Knight of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. So Knight of Wands falling under the Ace of Pentacles. He never planned on staying with this job. It was supposed to be in and out. He was going to come in. He was going to do what he came to do. And then he was going to slide right back out. He didn't have any plans on permanently staying in this position from what I can see. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. If you can, if it's buffering too bad, see if you can log out and come back in. Thank you, Miss Conceited. Say Angel always. Thank you for always sharing your gift with us. You always get it right. That's why they are always messing with your lives. Everybody hit the like button. Thank you, beautiful. Heavenly Father, give this back to her tenfold. Yeah, you know when I get to getting into certain things, they come messing with me. So here we go. We got the Two of Swords to the Sun. So, immediately cut him off once everything was exposed. And I feel like the biggest problem with Nikki is that she has a big heart. So, she likes to see the the brighter side of things. She doesn't like to see people in a negative light. And then when she finally gets to the point to where she sees them in a negative light, it takes her to a dark place. So, well, they got her to the dark place, and the dark place is going to get everybody locked up. And I ain't mad at her. Up, you said he's an immigrant like she is. Oh, in this current climate, you already know what that means. He could do his time and then get sent back home. So was he sent? Well, I'm seeing Knight of Wands. He had no plans of staying for the long haul. This was like for him to get in and to get out. He didn't have any plans on staying with her, for a long duration of time. Four of Cups, unrequited offer. The Four of Swords, the Chariot, and Morte. Yeah, he thought that, as long as he smiled in her face, showed her love, everything would be everything. But now this situation is, being put to a rest. He's trying to move forward, but Morte not going to be able to. The world situation come to a total close. Y'all, how did you end up getting to Nikki? That's what I want to know. How did you get to Nikki? Hold on, y'all. Gotta move a couple of these around. How did you get to Nikki? I don't know what's going on, y'all, with the not being able to see it. They over here messing with my live. Y'all, my old school people, y'all already know what it is. They haven't messed with my lives like this in a while. My lives have gotten interrupted to the point to where y'all have seen flashing lights like lightning strikes, and I don't get to see them, but it blacks out on my side. So I don't know what's going on. How did Pedro get to Nikki? Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and the Strength. Okay, so he was referred by someone, okay? He was referred by somebody. Now, I ain't gonna say who this costume reminds me of. I'm gonna see what y'all say. Let me know if anything comes to mind for y'all. I'll say the one that starts with a C is correct. The one that starts with a C is correct. Y'all look in the chat. The one that starts with a C is correct. So this falls under the Three of Pentacles, meaning that this is somebody that you've already collaborated with and worked with in the past. So hold on. Wait a minute now. So allegedly, you may have told him to go over and work with her. Hmm. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. Ten of Pentacles. King of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. Oh, somebody broke. Somebody broke. Ten of Pentacles in reverse, the Hermit. Y'all. So allegedly, like mother, like son, they both about to be broke and ostracized. The Hermit. And that's a large amount of money that somebody either lost or is about to lose. So, yeah, she put this situation to a rest. She made separation between her and him. And, y'all, like I said, he thought that he was just going to get away with this just fine. He may be trying to figure out if he should just go ahead and take one of those family vacations, okay? Where you don't come back. I don't see that being successful. Six of Cups. Past catching up with you. Page of Pentacles. So Page of Pentacles represents, business opportunities, not just, breadcrumbing or being broke. So your business affiliations from the past are catching up with you. Now, I said that he was collaborating with this other person. So now it's been tied together between him and this other person. And all of this is coming out, and the past is coming back to hunt the both of them, actually. Strength card, Knight of Cups, and the Devil. So, y'all, he may have literally like this gives me like the pleading your case, to where it's like, I could do this, I can do that. Like, he went above and beyond to make sure that, he did whatever he needed to do to get this job. Like, really put 20 on 10. Like, girl, I got you. All of that. Would you say she thought she ate throwing that Amex in her face? Yeah. Page of Swords. Y'all, he didn't know he was already being watched. Eight of Coins. Page of Swords. He was already being watched. So here it is. Cardi popping off didn't help, because he was already being watched. So it's kind of interesting. Tell me more. Already being watched, now what? Six of Swords. Y'all, I'm telling you, it's like he got cut off, got exposed, and it's like, oh, okay, well, okay, so this is okay, now it makes sense. This is where that narrative comes from about her being toxic and hard to work with, because this is the card of escaping toxicity to go and work, or to go off into calmer waters, a better situation. So, okay. Now we're starting to understand where this difficult narrative is coming from. So, like I said, he did not plan to stay with her for the long haul, but it looks like he was one of the ones that was trying to paint her as difficult so that he could spare himself in case anything came out on the back end. He had already, peppered things around about her name so that if anybody said anything, she would look like she was aggressive. She would look like she was hard to deal with. She would look like she was the negative one. And because all of this was going on in the media, it was going to make him look better. So, y'all, this feels like he could have possibly been speaking to multiple people that he knew could carry the narrative. Would you say Vanity Bammy? Could be Zach Campbell's source. Could be. Because Six of Swords is escaping a toxic, chaotic situation. Like, oh my God, I just can't do this. This is too much. I need to get me another job. This is just too much for me. See, I love our conversations in Twitch, y'all, because I told y'all that Nikki was using the same technology and the same tactics. They forgot she's a theater student. When she said end scene, I knew what was up. I knew what was up. When she said end scene, she made all of these people crash out and they all told on themselves, and she was able to pinpoint where all of this was coming from. So when she apologized to Culture, the bigger picture was when she said, I did this for a reason, and one day you'll find out. This was the bigger reason. It wasn't just about the defamation. The defamation was the cherry on top. See, the defamation was like, oh, okay, I can use that too. And see, these people don't even know how they all got tied together through technology, through the algorithms. Remember, she said there's been multiple group chats. How would she know there's been multiple group chats unless there's been a warrant on somebody's phone, or she let them get work phones via the company and they were stupid enough to have these conversations on the work phones, which means she already had access to all the information, whether they erased text messages or not. Man, oh man. So now we understand where the whole narrative came from her being difficult. So I got to keep this moving because it's a lot of moving parts. I want to tap into the next and the next and the next and the next. Lord have mercy. So Pedro, honey, don't be trying to run away and go back to grandma's house so that you can avoid getting in trouble. You said Barb's are turning against Nikki. Baby, if they turning against Nikki, they might not have actually been real Barbs. At this point, if you're looking for people to stand by you and they're not being strategic enough to look at the bigger picture and to analyze things before they switch up, they're casualties of war. Let them go. I didn't start off here reading Nikki's energy as a Barb. I just read the energy. What's going to be is going to be. What it is what it is. I can't tell you what I don't see. So if they're Barbs and they know way more about her than I know, and they decided that they're getting off at this point. Let them. Let's see. DeAndre. Is that his name, DeAndre? Cause he changed his name about 17 times. Y'all, what's the stylist name? He said probably bot pages anyway. Yeah, what's the stylist name? The one that changed his name 17 times. What's his name? DeAndre. So I was right. DeAndre Tristan. That sounds like a soap opera name any damn way. DeAndre Tristan. Sound like one of the third generations from General Hospital. Said DeAndre Willis. Oh, Lord. I see why he changed it to Tristan. All right, we gonna call him Trisket because he nice and dry and salty. Come on, Trisket. Show me Trisket. Damn, DeAndre Taylor. How many damn that don't mean I'm sticking with Trisket. He gonna have 17 different names by next week. Come on, Trisket. Show me the energy around Trisket dry salty ass. King of Swords. Oh, baby, listen. They not playing with him. King of Swords to the Hierophant. This ain't no state case. This is straight fed. This is straight fed. Oh, Trisket, you gonna be a designer snack in prison. Lord have mercy. Yes, Two of Pentacles. Yeah, juggling. The Fool. So it feels like y'all he juggled with if he wanted to take a leap of faith and jump off the porch and do this. And he made the wrong damn decision. He just went ahead and he, just this one last time. This one last time. This will be my last time. You right. This is your last time because you ain't gonna work for nobody else. Now you can make them look real sexy and sassy on Cell Block 6. You know, that whole tied up in the middle combination and put the slits on the side of the drawers and tie knots on them. You be real sexy in prison. Do your little doobie head wrap. So here it is. We got the Eight of Pentacles, which is the work card. Y'all, I can't do nothing about the live. I don't know what they doing about the live. Do me a favor. If it's causing you problems, log out and come back in. They hating, okay? They hating on me. Ain't nothing I can do about it. They don't like me over here talking about certain subjects. You know, we are on the ashy side of YouTube. They trying to keep me quiet. They trying to make sure nobody finds out I exist over here. Would you say the Vaseline lips? Not without the Kool-Aid. You got to get the cherry or the fruit punch Kool-Aid. Stain the lips and then put the Vaseline on. You got to make sure you nice and sexy. With the shirt tied up in the middle. As the baby's pappy. Woo. Come on, Trisket. Yes, Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so Lord have mercy. Eight of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles to the Three of Swords. So, Trisket could have possibly been working independently, come through with his own company. And now it's like heartbreak because who's going to work with you? You said it's the YouTube server. Y'all, they do this to me on purpose. I told y'all they trying to hide my happy ass like an Easter egg. Only a selective few will find me. Ooh. Oh, okay, that's a lot. Okay, so Five of Cups. Yeah, publicly humiliated. Okay, lots of regret, publicly humiliated. Now that the word has got out, and see, you had a good time. This was that shimmy down to the Beagle until the blogs got involved and got to talking about it. And then here it is, Hierophant. Oh, so you sorry now that you done got caught up by law enforcement and this you got to go before the judge. Ain't that about nothing? You better wear one of them high-powered ass outfits you stole. Allegedly. Yeah, the fool took a leap of faith and was even bold with it, y'all. So, okay, so now we finding out where the rest of the rumor came from. Because you got Temperance here, which is balanced through a new beginning, which is also the archangel over Sagittarius. Look at that. Balanced through a new beginning through the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups is soulmate, loving energy. And remember, the story went out that it was Nikki's husband that was taking the Amex. So, okay, the balance through a new beginning was to blame it on the couple for missing money. Why would you say anything to anybody when nobody's supposed to even know anything is missing? If it's her husband, she would have found out it was her husband, and that would have been between them. They said they had Angel reposted on the Twitter account I saw today. Yeah, it cracked me up. I'm like, how the hell I get over here? I don't even post me over here, but okay. But shout out to who posted me because they did put up under there, as seen on Allegedly Wednesday. So they made sure that they knew where to come and find me. So thank you for the advertisement. Yeah, so here's the other part of the story, y'all. Balance through a new beginning by blaming it on the couple. And the spirit realm said, and they did. This is the truth card. So, y'all, they have been putting out these narratives to everybody that they know talk too much to make sure that it got out so that it was circulate so that if and when, yet again, this is the second person's cards I'm tapping into, if and when they left and anything was said, people would just look at her, think she was crazy. Oh, she's off her rocker, she's off her meds. Her husband is terrible. It was horrible for us to work over there. Us thieves got to stick together, allegedly. Yes. So here we go. Conflict in communication under the King of Swords. So somebody couldn't keep their story straight when they talked to the authorities. Look at God. See, that's the thing about a liar. A liar got to remember all the lies they told when it come time to lie again. Spoke to the authorities and couldn't keep your story straight. But she the one supposed to be crazy. She the one supposed to be on all the zoom zooms and wham whams. But if she on all the zoom zooms and wham whams, how is it you don't know what you talking about? How are you confused when it come time for you to tell your side of the story? You wasn't on nothing when you talked to the police. Why are you confused? Oops. Now somebody realizing they should have kept their mouth shut. You possibly should have just lawyered up and not said nothing at all. Okay, you said YouTube on your phone acting crazy on TV, it works good. Said they not arrested yet. Um, Lorna, you gotta realize, baby, when cases are built, and we're talking about high level cases, they'll play all in your face. They'll let you think you're cool. They'll let you go your dumb ass back home. They'll still be watching your social media. You don't even know if they got warrants on your phones. They checking your phone and all your social media inboxes. They let you go run free so that they can do what they gonna do and see how you move after they talk to you. See, you get arrested for petty theft real quick. But when you talking about cousin Rico, see, Rico cases, they need to get everybody that's attached. See, people can get picked up without even knowing why they get picked up when they get the right information. You can go home. You can think it's all over. 2-3 months down the line, I already talked to him. Ain't no big deal. Blah, 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 blah. And then here you are in the grocery store having a good damn time trying to see if the lamb chops are on sale. And they got you against the damn frozen food section like this. Like, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. See, those big cases, they work a little different. Because they want to get you, your friends, and your cousins too. What'd you say? Is I'm arrested. If you are, don't ask me for no money. I ain't got nothing for you. Woo! Woo! Yep, said 1,000 or more, 5,000 federal. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, baby. So it's like he's juggling because it's like there's so much more that's going to come out on him. Baby, when I tell you there's no telling how much more is going to come out about this Trisket character. All I could say is if you've ever met Trisket, you need to lock your phone, especially if you got a smartphone, because he might, be one of those type of people that have a scanner that pick up your information off your phone and you don't even know it. Allegedly. Those types of people that put that piece into the gas station slot where you go to pay at the pump, or you pay in the store and they find out that it's a fake reader inside the real card reader. He gives me that type of energy. So expect a whole lot more to come out about this person that we don't know yet. You say you love a good lamb chop sale. But listen, you and me both. I go down to the meat market because I like to buy them in bulk. Especially the thick cut ones. Said he got a RDF reader. He possibly could. I'm just saying, allegedly. He gives me that type of energy. The real good scammers, you could be walking through the mall and they have them on them and it can scan within a certain radius of where they're standing. Y'all got to remember, she said she don't know how the person got her new card after she got a new card. What if her card information was in her phone like most people who have an iPhone, and somebody ran a scan and digitally picked up what was in her wallet. Just a thought. Wow, you said the lady on Tasha K said he had one. That's crazy, because I'm telling you, I just picked up the energy. He's in that vibe. So wow. Yeah. So going in a new direction for work. I'm telling you, y'all, all these people, it feels like they all had a cutoff time where they were going to come in, do their big one, and leave. This is what they thought they were going to do. He was using it at her store. Damn. They didn't necessarily have to have a tracker on her, Bobby. Let me tell you about how petty shit works. Unfortunately, I've been gang stalked. I've had some crazy stuff happen to me. So some of this is, I know from experience, unfortunately. If you have an iPhone, and I want all of you to be very careful with this. Hey, L-Dub, thank you for joining membership. If someone gets a hold to your iPhone, they can either punch in a code from a store or from like the service provider to override the code that you have in your phone. Or if they learn the code from your phone, like you see, I got this phone that I'm recording on, that I'm going live from, I'm streaming from. They can take, okay, let's see. Hold on. Okay. So this is my other phone, y'all. So hold on. I was trying to make it pop up where you can see the numbers on the screen. So say they got, your passcode, right? They can take your passcode, punch it into another phone. Hold on. I ain't gonna show y'all too much, but I'm gonna give you an idea. Okay, so see where it says sign in and security? They can go to sign in security, put in your passcode in a whole nother phone, another Apple product, whether it's a laptop, an iPad, or a phone. And all of your information will come up in that other device without you knowing, until they finally take your information out or you change your passcode, which means they get all of your emails, all of your text messages, every piece of correspondence that is in your phone until you change your passcode, and you're none the wiser. So when you can do that, iPhone to iPhone, you can also go into that app that says Find My Phone. Put that information in this phone and go to Find My Phone. And Find My Phone is going to locate that handset wherever you are, and it's going to track you Apple to Apple without you knowing. And the only way you will find out is if you call your service provider or something happens with your phone and you take your phone to the store, and the store will show you where your phone is pinging, whether it's in your hand or not. So if you do not know that somebody has done this to your phone, they can track you through Find My Phone by putting your service code information into whatever device they have, Apple to Apple, and they can see you wherever you are. And Apple is very accurate. It will literally tell them where you are within like 30 seconds. So if you ever feel like you've been hacked, you ever feel like somebody been in your information, been in your device, change your passcode. The moment you change your passcode, they can no longer access your information. So what I think they possibly did is they tracked her Apple to Apple. And that's the reason why it went back to this dummy's phone, because they were tracking her in Find My Phone. For those of you who don't have an Apple, hold on. Here's Find My Phone right here. This app right here. It will tell you exactly where you are, because the satellite comes down right on top of your head and it gives the exact address where you're at. I don't think they did an air tag, because that would have been too messy. It would have been too easy for them to catch her. I think somebody did Find My Phone. Not in charge. That ain't no cap. That's real talk. B Frost, if you were talking to me on a consistent basis, you wouldn't be trying to find my number. You would have it. Yeah. So you use one for your keys. Okay. If it allegedly they could have hacked her, for sure. And if they found her through Find My Phone, they could have also been following her husband as well. So I feel like that's how it led back to that person's phone. It possibly was Find My Phone. B Frost, you be playing too much. Oh my gosh. Said I had to use one to find my ear pods. So you get what I'm saying? Like, and just think, you would never know unless, somebody had to track your information. So yeah, that's in my mind, allegedly, in my mind, that's how they were tracking her, figuring out where she was at all times. And it could have started off with them hacking her phone to get her financial information, because once you get in the phone, you get everything. You don't just get the wallet, you get all of the text messages, all of the emails. You get to see the full call log, everybody that's in her call log, all of her numbers, everything. You said you need a private reading? You need to go ahead and email me at angelkissestheoracle@gmail.com. There you go. You said now you know how your ex-boyfriends are tracking you. Some of the ex-girlfriends too. Here's the thing. You could be in a relationship with somebody and they're tracking you on Find My Phone, and you think you being slick, and they're watching you go everywhere. They got the address of every place you stopped at. Said Pedro was around her the entire tour. Interesting. Said Nikki needs a BlackBerry. Baby, a BlackBerry ain't gonna change nothing. Technology is technology. I'm just telling you how it can be done on Apple. A hacker can hack anything. Unless you gonna go back to one of those old school analog phones with the little Pong game on it, the old Nokia, they gonna hack you. You said bring the chirp phones back. Not the Nextels. I found an old Nokia phone, y'all, upstairs. I couldn't do nothing but laugh. Like literally, like the old Nokia with the first built-in camera phone. Y'all you would try to use the camera and it'd be fuzzy if you didn't just hurry up and take that picture. Like if you tried to record something, it'd be too much motion. Oh my gosh. So you got Six of Pentacles. Y'all, oh my gosh, Six of Pentacles. Once again, under the table money, unearned income, money that's not accounted for, money that is totally, totally, totally under the table. You said an old school cell phone, you pull the wire out with a signal. Oh, you talking about that old heavy duty phone where it get hot and it had that heavy battery pack on the back. Yeah, him and Pedro are getting the same cards. The Star card falling under the Hierophant. Y'all, they just knew without a shadow of a doubt. It's crazy to me how they were so sure that they were going to push through and get away with this. Like they just knew without a shadow of a doubt it wasn't going to be no big deal. You said might as well get the bag phone. Baby, that phone was high as hell. We talking about $10, $15 phone calls. You said you talking to your kids about pay phones. Woo! Lord have mercy. Pay. I wanna think, where's the last time I seen a pay phone? It's been a few years since I seen a pay phone. And you could go to the pay phone either with a bag full of change, or remember y'all, they had the phone cards where you had the prepaid phone card and you could punch in your phone card code and your call went off of the phone card. We just say nasty ass payphone. Yes, you would have to go with a wipe to wipe the phone off and the mouth part off so that you didn't so that you didn't get nothing off the phone. Oh, the Fool and the Hermit. So y'all, he took this leap of faith and now he's singled out. He's singled out. So y'all, this is funny. Like the Fool to the Hermit is letting me know that everybody's turning on everybody. Like, oh no, that wasn't me. That was him. Y'all, yeah, you got him. Yep, that was him and only him. And this happened really fast. Something that he didn't expect. The Death card, Temperance. So there is no balance through a new beginning. And I'm glad that she said what she said publicly, because now, y'all, everybody that they've ever worked with literally can go through their statements. They can check and see what's going on. And remember I said there's so much more to come in this situation. So many more secrets are going to come out. There's no telling how many people that he's styled that are going to come out and they're going to be checking their statements like, hold on. I don't remember that 10K. What was that 10K for? American Express? I think I need to talk to y'all about something. So yeah, it's gonna be one of those types of couple of few weeks for him. Yeah, so he's very defensive about the situation that's come out. Nine of Swords, a lot of anxiety, not getting any sleep, not getting any rest, very, very worried. about what's to come. We just say Swiper, no swipe. It should be his new name. So I'm trying to figure out, is one of those people Tay? Line them up like fractions. The Lovers and the Two of Swords. So if this isn't someone that he was actually dating, then this represents someone that he was in collusion with. And baby, they're arguing. Because this is falling under the King of Swords and the Five of Swords. They're arguing. Said if American Express manages to connect him with other fraud charges, can he go to jail for a long time? Abso-freaking-lutely. Absolutely. Because every charge that was not authorized is a different count. Literally a totally different count. So the lady on Tasha K Live says something about a Trey Williams. Maybe I should have watched the Tasha K Live, because it seemed like she got all the juice. Yeah. End of cycle to a wish fulfillment. Your whole entire career, your life as you know it, is over. I told you he gonna be real, popular on the cell block, making sure everybody look good. Why did he feel? I'm trying to figure out, y'all. Give me a second, because I'm trying to figure out why was everyone so sure that they were gonna get away with this, because it's a lot of confidence that nothing was gonna happen. Yeah, every charge over 500 is a felony, but when you get off into those thousands, we're talking about automatic Fed charges. And then when you're talking about, credit cards, you're talking about bank fraud, wire fraud. Those are different levels of charges. Can you pick up on if Eva and Armand and Eva over there with them recorded phone calls plotting on Nikki for Barney? That's kind of absurd, and I'm gonna tell you why. Um, Armand right now is actually being vindicated. So for him to do anything for Cardi would be a little crazy, because he's been calling Cardi out on her shenanigans, and right now everything that he's been saying about her is coming to light and is making him look better. So it doesn't make sense for him to do anything that would help Cardi, because right now he's having it his way. He's able to put her out there and not worry about a lawsuit, because remember, she's recorded him. They've gotten to it. Y'all got to remember, Cardi threatened to send men to go and attack him allegedly. So he's having his moment in the sun right now. Whether he's to be trusted or not, that ain't got nothing to do with this Cardi situation. Listen, Lizzie, I get where you're going with this, but when somebody threatened to send some people to jump you and beat your ass, it don't matter how cool you used to be. Ain't no more cool when somebody threatened your damn safety. When you tell me you gonna get a group of people to come and put hands and feet on me, cool go out the damn window. Now, her trusting him, that's a whole nother thing. But Cardi threatened that man's safety. She threatened his way of life and him making his money and how he works. Ain't no more cool after that. Ain't no more cool after that. You can't tell me you sending the cavalry to come beat my ass and I do anything for you outside of slap your ass to sleep. Mm-mm. It don't benefit him to do that. Now, should Nikki trust him? That's a whole nother situation. At the end of the day, this is work for everybody. None of these people are friends. Let's remember that. This is the industry, this is work. None of these people are friends. So when you go into the industry type situation and you consider that nobody is friends, trust no one, and you good. And that's the golden rule. It's the industry. Very few people can be trusted. Look, cat eyes, I ain't told no lie yet. You're not going to threaten to send some people to come see me, and we got anything to talk about after that. Not in the least bit. Yeah, R.I.P. D'Angelo. We lost a legend. Listen, y'all talking about he can be bought. You can't buy me after you threaten to send gang members to come and stump on me. Think about that, y'all. I want y'all to really think about that. Buy him with what? He could have pressed charges. He could have sued her for that. Buy him with what? I want y'all to use your logic right now. You recorded me without my permission across state lines, and you threatened to have me handled. If he gonna be bought, it ain't gonna be by Cardi. So if somebody gonna buy him, it ain't gonna be her. Right, there is no coming back from that. Not in the least bit. He didn't press charges. That's how she got away with that. He didn't press charges. He didn't sue her. That's how she got away with that. But once somebody tell you something like that, it's up and it's stuck until 3 lifetimes from now. I agree. Armand would be a fool to work with her again. Now, that's on him if he decide to do so, but I don't think he that brand of crazy. You say, oh, my ancestors, baby, you better tell them. Oh, look now. This stylist. What is the secret attachment to this air sign woman? Okay. Secret attachment to this air sign woman. Also doing dealings with her and her family. Y'all, this about to get real interesting. The web that is weaved right now. I bet she was talking to him crazy in the past on the phone. I mean, y'all heard that call with her talking about Ice Spice, Lotto, and Megan. She only apologized a little bit to one person, and that was Lotto, and that's probably because Lotto's supposed to open for her concert. She ain't apologized to Megan. She ain't apologized to Ice Spice. Say, isn't Cardi an air sign? Yes. Yes. So secret attachment to an air sign woman. Dealings with her and her family. B is not an air sign. She's a Leo. Queen of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, and the Independent Woman. Y'all, says she just got an endorsement with baby formula. Interesting. What you mean, what's the attachment? I just said secret attachment, working with this person. Working with this person. Whoever this air sign is, working with this person. Yeah, Four of Swords, King of Cups. So this situation coming to a rest, it's like, it's too late to keep your mouth shut. He's very, very deep in his feelings, trying to keep his mouth shut, not saying anything. Behind the scenes, the wounded warrior. Very, very, very worried about where this situation is going to go. Five of Pentacles, Two of Swords. Yeah, he's cut off from everybody, literally broke. Everybody's ostracizing him. The Fool, the Hermit, y'all, overnight. If he's working with a whole roster of people, that roster went dry. Literally, overnight. Broke. Everybody. Everybody. Cut him off. So, y'all, he's done. Him in the industry, him in a stylist, you know, him working as a stylist, he's done. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, if he started a new company, thought he could go in a new direction in business that will bring him stability, over, done. And see, Temperance to the Death to the Page of Pentacles lets me know his balance through a new beginning is with death right here. Temperance to death, balance through a new beginning is dead. It's over for him to work in any type of capacity now, because it's like his past is caught up to him. The truth has come out. He tried to defend himself until it went public, and now the Tower. He can't rebuild this. It's over. Anxiety. No rest for the wicked. No rest for the weary. So Mr. Trisket, he knows his whole career is over. I don't give a damn what his social media look like. Okay? I don't care if he's keeping his mouth shut and he's trying to make it look like he's still flying fabulous on the internet. Honey, he is done. He's done. He'll never work in any town again, honey. He won't even be able to go to Forever 21. Like, where can he go where nobody knows Nikki? And then you got to think about everybody who's ever worked with him or was currently working with him. He won't be able to get you together down to the damn flea market. Only way he'll work is if he can get him a sewing machine after he gets out of this and create some stuff and sell it to you directly cash. Because who's going to let you, deal with them in technology, squared and card readers and all of that? Who in the world is going to work with you? Nobody. Damn, you said that's why Hungry Hippo Zach was so confident and bold about speaking about Nikki so disrespectfully. Well, he spoke about her several times. It's the way that he spoke about her that rubbed me the wrong way, because, sir, What makes you think you could feel so comfortable calling that woman out her name that way? Yeah, vending machines. You said vending machines be scamming too. A scammer can use anything with technology to get you. Yeah, heartbreak over this situation with this money, because this was a lot of money and now he's got a lot of anxiety. But it's like this was a wish fulfillment. It was good until it wasn't. So y'all, let me see. Let me slide on to the next one. Okay, so far the first two look like they catching cases. And see, he not going to get that cute little ankle bracelet because he's got a history of doing this. The fact that they had to find out that he had several other aliases. There is no slap on the wrist. He's done. Alrighty. So I see y'all asked about Arrogante. We're going to tap into Arrogante. He said when the actual reports drop, baby, and they're still tallying up. Because remember, she said that people have been stealing for years. So we got to think about how long people have been on her team and how long they've been clipping her here, there, and everywhere. Because she said that she got a new card and she don't know how the person got the new card. I'm going to go with either it was through hacking her phone or these people who had already been collaborating, possibly stealing anyway together, passed on the information. One of the two. Said, yes, Tasha K even said that it's a doctor on the report as well. Oh, wow. Yeah, $50,000 for the plane. And she fired that person. Bernicia, I just told you people going to jail. I don't know what else you want me to tell you. Will justice prevail and will the courts be fair? People going to jail. I can't tell you nothing no more than that. Arrogante. Queen of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. So Arrogante sees her as a stable person financially to work with, to collaborate with. Made a lot of money working with her. The Emperor. Eight of Wands. So I feel like he might need to cool his jets, because the Emperor can be someone that can be very, very narcissistic or controlling. And he might be quick to pop off. Yeah. Very, very quick-tempered, quick to pop off, quick to run out and say something to get his voice heard. He needs to wait a minute, because it's a method to what Nikki's doing. She's not saying anything as of yet because they don't want everybody to know who all is being investigated. Said he popped off on Nikki when she worked with Jonathan. Interesting. Yeah, he gives me a twinge of narcissistic, and he's very, very quick to jump off the porch, very, very in his feelings. He needs to wait a minute, because if he comes out here and he runs his mouth too fast, he's going to play himself. That's an interesting thing. So, Angel, why do I feel like the person who was going back and forth with Nikki on Fraudy B is Zach, allegedly? Well, we're going to get to Zach. I've already tapped into Zach on Twitch. I want to say that was like, what, 2 weeks ago? So, we're going to get back, we're going to get into Zach tonight. So here it is, like going in a new direction, the independent woman. So yeah, he chose to go work with someone else independent of Nikki. But I got a feeling, y'all, like I said, he needs to watch his mouth. He needs to wait. He needs to let some things play out before he gets, too riled up and says something, because he's going to say something that he can't take back, and it's going to backfire on him. Queen of Cups. Yeah, he doesn't understand. Nikki's going by her intuition right now to give justice, to make sure she brings balance. So she's not going to say, you know, what he wants her to say right now, because there's people being looked at that don't know they're being looked at right now. So it's one of those things that if you haven't done anything, cool your jets. In about 2 weeks, we'll know everybody that's involved. If it takes that long. The Hangman and Page of Swords. So all of everybody that used to work for her is being watched right now. And like I said, he should be very cautious of what he says. Yeah, his wish fulfillment is just about money, okay? So I see that he made the decision to walk away from Nikki to work with someone else. Yeah, like I said, he's going to regret it. 5 of Cups. If he comes out and says the wrong thing, he's going to regret it. He's going to humiliate himself. And he could be coming out to try to clear his name so he can get balanced through a new beginning. But whatever it is that he's going to say, it's literally going to be the nails in his career coffin if he doesn't watch his mouth. He said he's working with Ice Spice. I mean, he can work with Ice Spice. I kind of find that like going backwards. Don't get me wrong. He's a celebrity stylist, so he can work with whoever he wants to work with. But to go from Nikki to Ice Spice is kind of like going backwards, with Ice Spice being on the decline right now. The Ice Spice, which explains her new pink aesthetic, Lord. Said I thought it was Ken. He types with a very few grammatical errors when he types. We haven't made it to Ken Barbie. We're not even talking about him yet. We're talking about Arrogante. We're not even over there with him yet. Said Ice has dropped like 3 songs and went nowhere, declined for sure. Yeah. Tower moment, 8 of Pentacles. He's going to destroy his career. It's going to be all his own fault if he does not watch his mouth. So that's all I can say about him. He needs to Let Nikki do what it is that she needs to do and wait it out. If he pops off and calls himself trying to drag Nikki because he don't like the internet speculating, he will destroy his career. Eight of Pentacles is working. The Tower is over. Boom, done. Here today, gone tomorrow. Put in your 2-week notice. Sylvia, I need you to slow down because I'm going through this the way I'm going through this for a reason. If you pay attention to what I'm saying, I'm giving you each person's part of how this is being done. Now, I already told you people are giving certain narratives behind the scenes. I gave you one that gave one narrative and another one that gave the other narrative. So I need you to pay attention to what I'm telling you, because I just gave 2 different people who gave 2 different stories to 2 different people. And both of those stories were regurgitated in social media. So just take this ride with me. Because it's a lot to untangle here. It's a lot of moving parts. Yeah, so going in a new direction, and Ace of Cups is not just about love, it's about abundance. Because he loves working. He loves what he do. He loves what he does as far as his work. He definitely got the right name, Arrogante, because he is arrogant, but he will destroy his whole career if he just can't, slow it down and wait a minute, because there's so much more to come out. There's so much more to come out. Yeah. And see, the woman that he thought he was following his intuition when he took this job outside of Nikki, but the money is not coming through the way that it needs to come through. The money is a lot slower. So he's still getting work, but the money is a lot slower. It's not the same bag as the Nikki bag. Right, says she hasn't named him. He needs to ignore the rumors. I mean, I can get why he would be upset, because it's like, well, I don't want to be associated with anything. I don't need anybody to look at me a certain type of way. He wants to make sure that he has financial stability for Pentacles. He's very, very up in his head because they're talking about people going to jail. But it's like, if you didn't take nothing, you shouldn't be worried about going to jail. What's the wish fulfillment? So the wish fulfillment, he's juggling, with work. Y'all, he took this job thinking it was going to be a wish fulfillment. I don't know if he was promised a certain type of budget or whatnot to help relaunch ICE. This bag ain't as heavy. That's all I can tell you. This bag ain't as heavy. This job ain't gonna last as long. And if this baddie video with her and this token dark-skinned girl don't go nowhere, he needs to be very mindful of what he says so he can go work with somebody else and eventually circle back around and work with Nikki. Because this ICE bag ain't that heavy, not to what he's used to. You said the video only had 50K views. Ooh wee. Said he charges $1,500 to do hair, and the way the economy is going, Well, see, 1,500 to do hair in the industry is actually cheap. So he's actually lowballing himself when it comes to doing industry hair. See, I want y'all to understand, like 1,500 to do a wig, you could literally be a beautician that works for a mortuary and get that same 1,500 to do a wig for a deceased person. Just to do this part of somebody's hair in the casket is $250. Just this little piece right here. Okay, so Tate charges 10,000. That sounds more like it. That sounds more like it. Right. So 1,500 is for regular people he works with in the shop. Okay, that sounds more like it. 8 to 10K sounds about right for the industry. I'm about to say, I know he ain't doing no industry hair for no 1,500. He's robbing himself. That more so sounds like it 10K. I would expect him more around 10 to 15K. We're talking about the big leagues. You can charge a stripper 1,500. You could charge a bottle girl 1,500. Said 1,500 for the master class he be doing on the side. Yeah, 10K sounds about right. Okay, there we go. Said IG model said about 10K. That sounds about right. He said Nas said it's 1,500. He just said it on Nick Cannon. If he's only charging industry people 1,500, he's robbing himself. Ain't no way in the hell. I wouldn't perm your damn edges for 1,500 if you're in the industry. Because that record label money is paying that budget. Your makeup artist might charge you that if you're doing a music video, depending on how many different looks you do for that music video. But see, Miss LaDon, you're talking about looking good for every day. We're talking about industry. Everything in the industry is through the roof. You can't rent a car for a music video unless you're spending thousands. So here it is. You got the High Priestess, you got the Three of Cups, and what is this? The Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So he feels like he's in the dark. You know, he's really, really caught up on the gossip and what's going on. And, you know, he's getting antsy. He's getting very antsy because he don't know what to expect, and he needs to he needs to, I say, at least give it 5 to 7 more days. Because y'all, I promise you, if he pop off, it's over for his career. You said that's Madam C, and that's on Madam C.J. Walker. Yeah, so that's how he works with the influencers. Like they're gonna spend that. Y'all, it's dope boys out here that'll be like, oh, okay, you know, Arrogant Tay, I didn't heard his name before he worked with Nicki, huh? And they gonna do that because it's bragging rights to say that they girl is that cold that she get her hair done with Arrogant Tay. See, if you get you a street dude to boss up and spend that just for bragging rights. Like that ain't nothing. Excuse my language, but I spend that on my bitch wig. So you got the death card here. And this is what I'm talking about when I say if he's not careful, because see, Seven of Swords, he's got some things that he's worried about. And I feel like they don't even have anything to do with this situation. But he's going to literally put himself in harm's way if he say the wrong thing. You said same thing, friend. I could pocket that. I'm just letting y'all know how the game go. Y'all got to understand, how a lot of these guys work, especially street guys. Literally. Y'all used to me like this. Do you know how many of them young guys, especially the little YNs, see my hands and stop me? And they literally stop me, be like, oh, okay, you G'd up. I see you working with it. Let me see your hands. And they know, looking at my hands, like that run about such and such and so and so. Baby, they know. It changed their whole conversation. I'm serious, Bryce. The YNs will roll right up on me. It changed their whole conversation. Be like, oh yeah, it take a guap to talk to her. She ain't cheap. Look at her hands. So when you're dealing with people that have that mindset, off the muscle. Would you say him? Said them stones gonna run you. Yeah, off the muscle. It's like they mind be on go. Like, oh, okay. Well, I see she expensive. She spend this on herself. She on go. If I talk to her, I gotta have blah 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 blah. I take her out, I gotta. And they think that, okay, well, she used to that bag. She talked that bag talk, so that's how I gotta come at her. And they will. He said, I better not catch you with a YN angel. I'm doing a background check expeditiously. Baby, listen, listen. I run from the youngins and they run faster. I try to escape them and they don't. I'm like, look, do you know how old I am? They're like, and? I don't feel like arguing with them because they don't run out of wind. Be like, I'm 45. They be like, and? And then it get, y'all, this is where it get real funny. They be like, Auntie, that don't mean nothing to me. Oh, man. Now, they don't think I'm going to be their sugar mama. Bobby, listen. Listen. It's one of these days, y'all. If you see me go live and it's a young guy trying to mess with me, I will go live just so y'all can see it. They don't think I'm sugar mama. They try to tell me that they got that money. Like, baby, look, I know you bought that. I got my money. You got your money. What's up? What's up? I'll match you. It be the young ones that be like, I'll pay your bills. Like, I don't want you to pay my bills because then I got to be bothered with you. And I know you crazy as hell. Y'all, listen. Yeah, come on, Frosty, tell them. They be trying to make me the sugar baby. It's like, listen, I'm AARP adjacent. Why are you bothering me? They don't care about none of that. They don't care about none of that. So let me get off of Arrogante because y'all, I see the biggest problem with him is his mouth. He's gonna get too far in his feelings and he's gonna do the most. You said the YNs be ready to spin the bag to get home cooked meals. That yes, they are. Yes, they do, and yes, they are. And it's funny you say that because I used to cater. And they would spin a bag for me to cater. If you like, oh, you know how to make this, you know how to make that, then they want to challenge you. Like, I heard you make gumbo. What you charge for gumbo? Like, that's it? I got you. Oh, he's a Pisces? Oh, Lord. Yeah. He definitely need to watch being in his feelings, because he'll get way deep off on them watery feelings, and then it'll be too late. Let's see. Who's up next? Who's up next? Zacharina, are we gonna do you next? Zacharina Campbell. So you gotta upcharge the YN. Listen, I don't have to upcharge them. They the ones that want to pay top dollar. That's the funny part. If I say I'll make you gumbo for $200, they'll come with $350. You said a drunk YN is spending one. Yep. True story. He said, I love the nicknames you give. All righty. Zacharina Campbell. You are no longer a Detroit native. Okay? You out there in that plastic energy with that Hollywood energy, so we gonna give you to them. Okay? Let's look at Zacharina's energy. Now that you have said too much, because you said we know your tea. That's what he said. We know your tea. Meaning you have been talking to multiple people, because we is plural. No, Mr. Don, you ain't got to keep them drunk, but he ain't lied. If they full of that 1942 or that Hennessy, they gonna pull out a stack that don't bend, and they gonna spin, spin, spin. Hold on, I'm gonna do that again, because I just realized I had it upside down. That's my fault. All right. Yeah, where is Austin? It's quiet. Now he look in the mirror and see Sasha Fierce. Did you say you need to move to the D? It's some nice areas depending on where you move in the D. Like where I stay, like I want to say just a couple minutes up the street, you walk right into the $1 million houses. So it's cute over here. All righty, Nine of Pentacles, the independent woman. Okay, so independent woman, independent media. So this is going back to the vibe from Twitch. So y'all, to see the independent woman coming out first is letting it be known that people are going to let him carry whatever this load is by himself. Four of Pentacles. So, he makes his money through, what he does independently, working for himself. But this is also letting me know he's very stubborn. Because Four of Pentacles can be very stubborn. Look at this character's face. That look like him. Just all tight in the face. King of Swords, Queen of Cups. So, he feels like, he can come through as the King of Swords, because it's like, I'm telling the truth. I can go off with the head. Marie Antoinette. What you said, looking like Patrick? What he had on the bill. Not Patrick from SpongeBob, not down to Bikini Bottom. Oh, Lord. Queen of Cups. So he tries to, He tries to alternate between the King of Swords and the Queen of Cups. So it's like, I'm loving, I'm compassionate, but I'm off with your head. I'm going to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Tell me more about what he thought was the truth, though. Oh, here we go. Five of Cups, public humiliation and regret. Knight of Wands. Oh, come on, Zacharina. Come on, Zacharina. Who was you talking to again, allegedly? Because Knight of Wands is like, here for the short time, not the long time. Knight of Wands could be one of your 1-2s, someone that, you might have dealt with, dabbled with a little here and there. A situationship type situation. So possibly one of your situationships got to gossiping and y'all got to spilling what you thought was hot tea. And now it leads to public humiliation, regret. And this happened fast, okay? This happened real fast. He did not expect this turnaround to come back on him the way that it did. Page of Swords, Ace of Cups. Ooh wee, yes, honey. So you done got out here for the whole world to see. You just thought you had it. Somebody play Escape. You're my little secret. Yeah. So, you had to sit back and watch with the rest of the world as the truth came out. So, y'all, he was just as shocked as we were. Would you say you Candy? Hey, Candy pen don't run out of ink, honey. She make her money with that pen. So he had to watch with us when the truth came out. Tell me about how he felt when everything started hitting the fan. The Death card. Baby, the death to the Four of Wands. He saw his damn stability go up in smoke. Allegedly. I'm going to have to start a playlist. So go back to, what's the group? Used to be on, what's the name of the label? Rockefeller Records, Christian, Up in Smoke. Yeah, watching your life go down. Judgment. Five of Wands. So now he's trying to fight off judgment, y'all. Said, yes, a barb connected him to that guy. Interesting. Said the truth probably gave him the bubble guts. I bet you it did. Said Nikki has a song called Up in Flames. How fitting. Oh, wow. Oh, come on now. Now we cooking with hot grease. This is like hot grease at the damn juke joint on Saturday night. Six of Pentacles. Were you slid a little something under the table, allegedly? Because this is unearned income. This is not over the table. This is like, possibly hitting a lick, winning a lottery. Grandma put a little extra something in your pocket. Who knows? Six of Cups. Somebody that may have been doing this for you for a while, because Six of Cups is the past. Past coming back to hunt you. If this ain't that Twitch live that we had where I told y'all that they could possibly be tracking people's payments because they are finding out that people may be living a life that is above their means. So if your social media money don't add up to what you got in your everyday life, they may check and see what's going on with how you pay your bills for real. What you say? Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone bills? Yes. What's going on here? Oh, baby. Allegedly. Show me this King of Swords. What we got on this King of Swords? Y'all, he might have to speak to somebody about who he's been talking to and how we know certain things. See, when you pouring tea and it turn into piss. Because King of Swords can definitely be law enforcement or lawyers. And the Chariot, these black and whites, can also be law enforcement. So somebody might want to find out who the hell is that we. Where have you gotten this tea from? Yeah, he 5 of Cups to the Knight of Swords. He regrets being so impetuous coming forward with this message because now look, the Hierophant. Once again, law enforcement is looking over everyone that had a certain narrative because they want to know how you know what you know, girl. You said the gnomes in the backyard, baby. They back there doing their footwork. It looked like everybody is regretting talking a little too much. The Magician, 8 of Wands. So y'all, he's trying to pivot. He's trying to maneuver real fast. The 9 of Swords, a lot of anxiety, worry, possibly not getting any sleep, trying to figure out how's he gonna deal with this now that the truth has come out for the whole world to see. Because this feel like he knew that this was a matter of fact. This was a truth until everything started hitting the internet. Yes, baby, King of Pentacles. Yes, somebody's watching your money. The Hierophant. You better have you a sugar daddy or mama on deck somewhere that you can say, you know, sends you, you know, frappe and cappuccino money. I don't know. Show me this Ace of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. Oh, Queen of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Emperor. Queen of Pentacles. Your association is about to get you in trouble. The Moon was not seen. The Emperor, a man that is in control of things, possibly a fire sign. Yeah, you got an association with some people that Nikki has been talking about quite loudly. And look at that. Your money about to start slowing up. Because you've been allegedly associated with these people over an extended period of time. Show me the Death card. Oh, this that robbing Peter to pay Paul. Two of Pentacles to the Ten of Wands. The weight of the world is heavy on your back. You're going to be juggling over things that were possibly done strategically in secret. You said, I knew Zacharina was a lapdog for Pebble Nation. Allegedly. Said he is living in Cali in a storage unit size apartment. He should pack his 3 bags now. Damn. Not a storage unit size apartment. I mean, Cali is very expensive. I will tell y'all this. For the last, I want to say last 3-4 years, a lot of executives have been moving out of California to Michigan. They're buying houses all over Bloomfield Hills, West Bloomfield, and Rochester Hills. So there's a lot of them coming here, like cashing out big, beautiful mansions. We're talking about anywhere from like 6 to 15,000 square feet, marble floors, off the river, like nice houses. They've been moving here. You said, and Texas? Yeah, Judgment, 9 of Swords. Y'all, he is shaking in his boots because of who he may have collaborated with to get this possible tea. It says, see, when you do the clownery, the clown comes back to bite. Shout out to Monique. Yep, you said they were going to be moving there. They already have been. You're right, him said Michigan has some of the most beautiful homes in America. I'm going to show y'all something. Hold on. So for those of y'all that don't know the area that I'm talking about, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Hold on. Okay. So, wait a minute. So this is a house in West Bloomfield. This is one of the areas that I was just mentioning, y'all. I want to say this house is around like 4.5 to 5 million, right off a golf course. There's the lake back here. The foyer when you walk in. Upstairs. This is new construction. So these are the type of houses that they're moving into. Let's see. We're going to this 1.5. So let's see. So this is around like the 400,000s. Thought it was more than that. Hold on. Yeah. So that's just a taste of what's over there. Hold on. I'm going to show y'all something that's up the street from me. Hold on. And this is in the city. Okay. This is $1 million house that's only a few minutes away from where I live, y'all. There we go. That's the foyer walking in. Marble walls, floors. Once again, marble walls, floors. Double doors going into the dining room. Still marble walls and floors. Marble columns, walls, and floors going into the upstairs. I told y'all it's cute over here in my neighborhood. This whole entire hallway, y'all, marble walls and floors. These walls are all marble. That's one of the studies. One of the rooms with fireplaces. This house has multiple fireplaces. Once again, another hallway, marble walls and floors. This is like pretty much the whole walkthrough of the first floor, marble walls and floors. Another room with a fireplace. That's the same room. This is still on the first floor. Same room. You can almost walk in that fireplace. You said looks dated but nice, baby. This house was built in the turn of the century. They don't make anything like this anymore. Like the marble in this house alone is worth more than most of the new construction in these new homes that they're building. Let's see. So finally you get to where you got the oak pillars, the oak walls. This house is 35,000 square feet, y'all. One of the studies. So now you get why the Hollywood people are moving here. Okay, done with the commercial break. So when you think about a house out in LA that's like possibly, 1.5 million, it's a little bungalow. That's a $1 million house here that's in the city. That's not out in the suburbs. I literally can walk to that house from where I live right now. Said you can make that house into a film studio. You could. You definitely could. So now that we know that Zachary is nervous, he don't know what's coming to him. He found out when we found out that what he was told was not true, and it looked like he could have got this from one of his party bulls. You said I'll walk just to manifest over there in that area. Uh, Baby, that's what I do. Like I told y'all, it's cute over here. So I walk around in that area just so I could soak up the energy. So you can't get a low grade high rise out here for $1 million. See what I'm talking about? The Empress and the Knight of Cups. Y'all, this feel like he will wave the white flag. Like, whatever you need me to do, listen. You want me to offer something up? I don't want no smoke. So if they come to see him, he will fold like a lawn chair. Would you say I'd be scared to even wipe my ass in there? Why? Why? Ten of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. Well, y'all, Lord, there go the sirens. Look like his money could slow down and he would have to go back with his family. Would you say it's too clean? What? I don't even understand that kind of complaint. Lord, they coming to see you, Zacharina. Now he'll rat you out for a bag of chips. Y'all funny. Austin, where you been? Ten of Swords, Four of Swords. Baby, whoever told him this information, he will lay it on the line. He will betray you to lay this to rest. Because he don't want no smoke. He don't want nothing to do with this. Yep, the Hermit and the Sun. So now that everything is exposed, look at this. He might get a little quiet, y'all. If Zach get quiet and he change up his narrative or he refused to talk about it, this is why. Two of Wands. So, y'all, I'm going to stick by what I said. Two of Wands, Two of Cups. This somebody that he could have possibly been partying or dating or, you know. Miss Mika, I've been read Drake's lawsuit. I read it before he even got it into court, and I said he was going to lose it. I told y'all he was going to lose that lawsuit. Not Zach might revert back to Chunky Zach. So I wonder how Armand is feeling. We going to get to him too. So Justice and Seven of Cups. So he's trying to figure out what he can do to get the balance, keep the balance. And I feel like from here on out, he's going to try to see if he can just agree to keep his mouth shut. Like, he's very deep in his feelings, but I don't see him wanting to speak on this anytime soon. This blew up in a way that he never expected. Five of Pentacles, the Hierophant. Ooh, Zach, if she take you to court, she gonna take all the way down to your sexy draws. She gonna get you. Ooh, she gonna get you. Ooh, she gonna get you. You gonna be broke. You gonna be broke. So you better pray that she just let you sign something where you agree to never speak about her again and leave this shit alone, because they gonna sue you for your last pair of good draws. So Well, let's get out of Zacharina's energy. I would suggest that on his behalf, just stay out of it. Leave it alone. Don't mention her anymore. Don't spill any more damn tea without verifying what you heard, because that we know is going to get your ass in trouble. We didn't know shit. You spoke matter-of-factly like you was in the room and didn't know you was speaking to the klepto, allegedly. I would hope he will watch his mouth from here on out. Alrighty, who's up next? Who's up next? Lord have mercy. Alrighty. So, Carti, come to the table. How in the world are you attached? Excuse me, y'all. Hair getting caught in the bracelets. How in the world are you attached to this situation? And how did you know about the Amex card? Why would we be worried about Wendy from Real Housewives of Potomac? She ain't say nothing in this situation. We only dealing with the people that actually spoke on the Amex card and claiming that they knew she was difficult and all of that. Like, let's stick in the parameters of who could possibly be questioned, because this is already huge, and Potomac got enough going on that ain't got nothing to do with this. Let's see, did she get any of them Birkins with that Amex? Ooh, sugar now. You good, Mika? We taking a ride on the same subject. That ain't got nothing to do with this. Okay. Lord have mercy. Now, I said that people who usually crack cards possibly boost, and the ones that are really smart possibly do taxes and then turn those taxes into windfalls later, and people don't know what be happening to their information. So how did Cardi know about the Amex card, the alleged story about Kenny stealing? Like, how did she get this so-called inside trader information? Said Nikki can go back and track the purchases. That, yes, absolutely. Who drives a Bentley? Who drives a Bentley? I'm nosy at this point. I'm invested. How did Cardi know? How did Cardi know? Said they knew he spent under 10K at a time, so it wouldn't get flagged. Interesting. Oh, the stylist, Trisket. Trisket drives a Bentley and is stealing. Ain't that about nothing? So, we got the Four of Swords here. Crazy, y'all, that this is the first card out. Four cards. The cards. Doggone it. Okay, I don't want to be that far in Cardi's energy. I need to be able to have my words come out properly. Okay, so the Four of Swords is a card of rest and trying to bring a situation to a rest. This is a card of convalescence. So it looks like she's trying to bring this situation to a rest because people are going to prison, and this is federal prison, okay? Y'all laughing, I'm serious. Okay, independent woman. Nine of Wands. So she's trying to go in a whole new direction. She's trying to make it seem as if she, doesn't have anything to do with this. I'm independent of that situation. You know, I don't know anything about blah, 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 blah. But baby, how can you say that when you literally named the card that had the fraud happen to it? Would you say Trump says, y'all funny for that. Okay, so she's trying to, it looks like she's trying to wiggle her way out of this, y'all. She's like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. They going to jail. That ain't none of my business. But you made it your business because you spoke about things that you shouldn't have known about. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, so I told y'all this year that Cardi's mouth was going to be her downfall. It was going to get her in trouble. So you got the devil card here. And as you can see, this person is in this cage, this gilded cage, and they don't even know that the door is open so that they can get out. So her toxic behavior, this lets me know that, she had a chance to get out of this, which pretty much would have been not trying to go for the jugular in this situation. But now she's got the weight of the world on her shoulders, on her back. This is too much for her. Oh, baby. Here's that prison card. Emperor. Where's the Emperor coming at with this? What is the Emperor coming at with that? Seven of Swords. Y'all, Seven of Swords is the backdoor card. This is sneaky, tactical, underhanded. Five of Swords, conflict and communication. So that lets me know she thought that she was being strategic. She thought that she was, she thought that she was being slick, when she came through with what she was saying. But there's much more to, this situation. Said the streets are saying Stefan Diddy broke up with her. I wish y'all would stop saying he broke up with her because he never claimed her. And I ain't saying that to be funny. I mean, real talk. Like, yes, we know they dated. We know they went out a time or two. She called him her boyfriend. Have we ever, and I'm not being funny, y'all, have we ever heard him say, that's my woman, that's my girlfriend? Real talk. Give me some hands in the chat if you heard him say that. Okay, so I don't see anybody who can say that he claimed her. So you can go out and have a good time. You can be face down, ass up all you want to. But if you claiming a person and that person is not claiming you, y'all not in a relationship. Y'all just fucking. Clay is claiming the horsey. Now, Clay said that's his girlfriend. He is claiming her. We've never once heard this man say that that was his girlfriend. And that, not even trying to be an asshole about it. We haven't heard him say that. Now, has he cut her off? Is he being distant towards her? Absolutely. But claim her? We've never heard him say that. I told y'all when she went on Good Morning America And she said, I'm having a baby with my boyfriend, Stefan Diggs, and we're in love. What happened the same day? He had an interview in the locker room, and they asked him about baby announcements and congratulations. And what was his response? Oh, my personal life? Oh, I don't talk about that. They said, well, anything to celebrate? He said, what? Oh, yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that. You know how embarrassing it is for a man to reduce your baby announcement as a rumor? I heard about that. Mm. Y'all, the moment he said that, I bowed my head and prayed, and it wasn't even my business. I'm just like, damn, that's ooh. Whew. Yeah, that response was a slap in the face. And it was women still out here talking about some, well, she living her best life. And that's an upgrade from Offset. And I'm thinking to myself, like, am I going crazy? Like, a upgrade from Offset. Offset was still at least her husband. And Offset, no matter how many times he cheated, 75 times a week, possibly, he took care of that household and those children. So, where was the upgrade? I don't know. Now he's prettier than her. Ooh, y'all petty. Okay, so now we got the Seven of Swords. We got the Seven of Swords, which is underhanded energy, allegedly. Mmm. Underhanded energy towards who? The Queen of Wands, the fire sign. Queen of Wands represents the Sagittarius, but could be any of the fire signs. Yeah, and she's like, this is too much for her. She's trying to go in a new direction, y'all. She could be very defensive right now, trying to defend herself. So, why this Five of Cups is coming up for a lot of people. Eight of Wands to the Five of Cups, y'all. She's trying to bring the situation to a rest because now it's public humiliation and scrutiny. She wanted to go for the jugular. She wanted to go Marie Antoinette. And now that guillotine is swung back. And it's like, oh no, I didn't think this was going to happen. Okay, so she's afraid this is going to cut off her stability. Why would this cut off her stability? Independent woman. Okay. Independent woman. To the Two of Swords, to the Four of Wands. She's afraid this is going to cut off her stability. Would you say Angel B said, I watched your reading about Pre and it was accurate? Yeah. Baby, that reading with Pre tickled me. I said, oh, this is wow. Said, I feel like this baby is her industry offering because why is she named it Baby Brim and is cussing at her baby on live? I would hope not. But sometimes when you get yourself into a situation to where it's not favorable and it doesn't work out the way that you want it to, you get a little salty. But the baby is innocent. So it made me cringe when I heard her cuss at her belly and talk to that baby like that. It really did. It made me cringe. I can't even lie to you. The devil. Show me the devil. Show me the devil. Yes, honey. So you got the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck, which represents the air sign. You got the Page of Swords, which represents being seen, things happening in front of people. Also, it could be footage or some type of photo evidence. Oh, shit. That could also come down to like the screenshots. So she's heavy in anxiety, baby. She's not getting any sleep over there. Her anxiety is through the roof. She's not really talking to people. You know, also she's sorry that she even opened her mouth and got in this situation because she had no idea that people would be going to prison. Palace of Swords. Seven of Swords to the Seven of Pentacles. Frosty, what's my line? What's my line? You already know what I'm about to say. Oh, I'm going to see who got my line down in the chat. I'm going to see which one of y'all know. Oh, come on, Austin. You better tell them. There we go. There we go. I know y'all be listening to me. There we go. You reap what you sow, better get a seamstress. Yes, this sneaky, underhanded stuff that you did behind the scenes. You reap what you sow, better get a seamstress. Seven of Pentacles, sowed into this situation to get a bigger harvest, but what you sow, so shall you reap. Damn. She getting this back 100-fold. You called yourself trying to be slick and boom, I'ma bap you right quick. Boom, I'ma drag you. And look, the dragon turned into your whole life flipping upside down. Damn. Wish you ain't said nothing now. Queen of Cups. Ooh, Lord, Queen of Cups. To the Eight of Swords, y'all. She is all in her head. She's worried. She's concerned about possibly going to jail over something foolish, taking a leap of faith, being impetuous, moving too fast. Very, very deep in her feelings. She and it's like Nikki followed her intuition, and that's how, you know, she got everybody caught up in this situation. Damn, 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 Gina. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, she's scared. She's worried about how this is going to affect her brand, her money. What's that line JT had? Where she said, drop neck and put it under my foot? That's right. 3 plus 6 is 9. 9 closes cycles. And Nikki told you in 36 months. Now she realized Nikki wasn't just talking. Damn. Mm. That's crazy. You said Angel sing 2 lines. At this point, all I could sing is taps. Sing taps right in front of her bank. Where's my trumpet? Go straight to the bank she bank with and play taps in front of the bank. Oh my God. Yeah. Now that everything's been exposed, it's falling under the 5 of Cups and the 4 of Swords. Deep humiliation, regret, embarrassment. Come on, Lauryn Hill. You might lose some. What you say? You might gain some, but you just lost one. You definitely lost this one. Ooh. Yeah, she's juggling back and forth on what she should do because of all of this, harsh communication. It's arguing. Y'all, she literally is about to have some very serious money troubles, allegedly. Damn, shout out to everybody that was on Twitch, because I told y'all she's going to be in court back and forth between Offset and Nikki, the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. They're going to have her back and forth, boom, 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 like playing tennis. See, they were only worried about the defamation. The defamation was the cherry on top. That wasn't what Nikki was looking for. It was a plus. It was a plus. Damn. Would you say only time I see you with a pen is at the courthouse, baby? Y'all, the line that cracked me up in that song that I feel like went over everybody's head. Well, I won't say everybody. I will say most of the public. The line that JT had that really tore Cardi up, that went over everybody's head, is when she said, "You a old mask-faced Jim." What she say? "You a old mask-faced Jim Carrey green-face ass bitch." Y'all, I was screaming when I heard that, because for those of y'all that seen the movie The Mask, when she went from talking about she had her face tucked behind her ears to that line, if you go back and watch The Mask, when he put that when he put that mask on for the first time, it literally wrapped around and tucked behind his damn ears, and the mask is green. Oh, not I'd be pissed if my face was tucked behind my ears. Oh, Jim Carrey mask face, oh, green face ass bitch. Y'all, you gotta watch the first time Jim Carrey put that mask on to see how it wraps all the way around his head behind his ears. Damn, JT. I'm so serious, y'all. Look up that. look, look it up so you can see. Oh my God. So you got the Faith card here and the Emperor. Oh Lord, this is where it gets messed up for her. So she thought that she could rely on baby daddy. Would you say is green with envy and jealousy? Yep. She thought she could rely on baby daddy. You said which one? Why are we like this? Why are we like this? Now somebody stop me. Not the mask reference. Ooh. Yeah, the hangman and the, oh Lord. Y'all, look, I just said she thought she could depend on baby daddy. The hangman, the 10 of cups, the family situation. 2 of cups. The person who she thought was her soulmate ends up turning into a hangman. This, like, ooh, this is a bad week for her. And it's your birthday week? Talking about belts to asses. Goodness gracious. Not more faces than a yearbook. Damn, y'all messed up with that. I don't know if it's, I don't think this is financially. I think that, y'all, after this situation occurred, like, you know how you feel like you can call your significant other and you can vent to them and, you know, they can give you some advice and things like that. That was a negative. So you got the strength card here, and this is my Lion of Judah card. And it's like the karma is coming back so hard in this situation because whether people understand it or not, God is with Nikki. Would you say belt to wop? Yeah, baby, this definitely is belt to wop. Goodness gracious. That was at the end of the song, y'all. She said she definitely said she was going belt to wop at the end of the song. Man. And see, this is why they tell you touch not mine anointed. Because the penalty for touching the anointed is always way, way worse than coming against anybody that God's hand is not on. Y'all, when I say London Bridge is about to fall down in several people's lives. And see, Nikki done put that bag up. She got her lawyers ready to go. Cardi, were you directly involved or was this just gossip? Austin, now she got raccoon wop allegedly. Queen of Pentacles to the 2 of Cups. Lord have mercy. That feels like collusion. That feels like strong collusion. 2 of Cups. That's tighter than pantyhose, 2 sizes small. I hope you weren't in them group chats. So allegedly, it feels like she collaborated in some type of way. Let's see again. The Death card with the 7 of Wands, baby. She ain't going to be able to defend this. Welcome to membership, Daphne. She ain't going to be able to defend this. Hold on. Wait a minute. I got to switch the deck here. This ain't gonna help either. This ain't gonna help either. No, ma'am, this ain't gonna help either. Bliss and rich guy. Damn, y'all, look. The so-called soulmate is unbothered. That's a reconfirmation. The one she thought was her soulmate is like deuces, allegedly. Look, the community and confusion. Everybody's mind is blown. Like, what the hell is going on? Thank you. Oh, the community is like, what the hell is going on? Everybody is literally, everybody's shook right now. Why, thank you, Dr. Jonathan. Change in house. Y'all. If you start seeing her unloading properties and moving, don't be surprised. In the distant future, the sweetheart, the love offer, y'all, I see some people trying to make amends, waving some white flags, anything to save themselves. Said it's just funny to me how she speaks about being blessed in God, and now that that was never a thing. Look, look, look. Y'all, look. What did Nikki say? Karma, poverty, help please. False documents, info, statements, and agreements, legal. Baby, she gonna have to speak to somebody about this. They not playing. That's the DOJ right there. And look, we're asking about her energy, and it's like you're connected to a community that's attached to fraud. Community, that's fraud. A community of people who is committing fraud. Mm-mm. Karmic female, karmic feminine, the veil is lifting. People are going to end up seeing Cardi for who and what she really is by the time it's all said and done. So, just wow. So when being gangster goes wrong. Like I said, I hope she ain't in these group chats. She need to go on tour. She really do. Yeah, the glamour magic is wearing off. Destruction. Destruction coming from someone you trusted who's about to go to prison. So it looked like the person that she was talking to possibly was the actual thief, and her whole life gonna go upside down for repeating what the alleged thief told her. And it looks like there's a group of them, and she is somehow tied into the group. Health concerns, divine feminine. So remember, she talked about Nikki's health concern. She was talking about Nikki's mental health. Divinity. Lord. Well, the one who she claims has mental issues, looks like Nikki is getting everything in proper alignment and the police are working with her. And all of this, somehow, some way, still works out to Nikki's higher good, because it's like, even though it's a dark night of the soul, it helps her to get aligned spiritually. So Armand said there's a rumor that Nikki went to the DR and did a mental assessment. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, why would she have to go to the DR? Nikki is wealthy. She can go anywhere. Road ending with mature man, unbothered. Yeah, so, yeah. It looked like, the situationship is done. Cardi, you need to get you a very good lawyer, because everything from here is about to be a challenge. So, yeah, this looks like Cardi is connected to the group of people, not just one. Said Nikki just said that Ra Ali is one of the people that was stealing from Nikki. Oh shit! Now. When I tell you the plot thickens is an understatement. Hell, I might have to do 2 damn allegedly Wednesdays to get through all of this. What was that on the current live? Because I haven't heard that, but I mean it's at least I want to say it's possibly up to 5 to 6 people total. Doggone it. What you say? Y'all said you can. Oh Lord. Like this is like Lamb Chop, the song that never ends. Goodness gracious. Okay, so Tasha just got off a live. Nope, no wonder I ain't see it. Damn. Well, I guess we can add Akon to the playlist. Locked Up. Doggone it. I'm trying to see where Nikki's deck is at, y'all. Okay, that's not it. Here we go. Whew, Lord. Now she was selling imaginary shoes. Y'all get on my nerves. Woo! Doggone it, 2025. This year, when I say everybody is getting called to the table, whew. Alrighty. This is going to be my last one of the night, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and tap into the energy around Nikki and what's to come with all of the legal issues and how this is going to work out on Nikki's end. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, baby, if you bored, get your ass off of here. We didn't invite you. No, I didn't. Thank you. Thank you for getting that one out of here, Cat Eyes, my Leo sister. You wasted your time with me. I'm at work. Where you at? Okay. Show me the energy around Nikki, please, and thank you. Show me the energy around Nikki, please, and thank you. Is Nikki going to do this last album? Show me this energy around Nikki, please, and thank you. Okay, so, yeah, first two cards out, the Devil and the Six of Wands. Nikki is going to successfully move past this toxic, chaotic energy. Empress, okay? So, good thing to know. Off the top, she is going to make it through this energy. No matter how hard it is, she is going to push through. So, now we can get down to business, because that's the best part. The Sun. Baby, she's exposing everything and everybody. Six of Swords. Moving forward from this chaotic, toxic energy. This is one of those gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet type of situations. And that's right, God will return everything stolen. Correct. The Tower. Nothing will be the same after she's exposing everybody. Baby, everybody gonna be on pins and needles. Two of coins. And it may look like Nikki may be off kilter or kind of juggling for a moment, but trust her process. Because when it's all said and done, it's like whatever didn't come out in the wash will come out in the rinse. Page of Wands. So this Tower actually is going to send her in a new direction. There's some decisions she has to make. So it's like she's going to have to recalibrate. She's going to have to move in a way that people don't expect her to move. And that's why I'm saying trust her process. Because if it seems like, you know, or she just being sporadic or she just up and left here, or she just up and moved, or, you know, I don't understand what she's doing. Y'all, she's up against a lot. So she has to move in a way that these people can't predict her movements. Because you got to think about, if these people tapped her phone, or, you know, I don't even know where I got that from. So pin that. Remember I said that. If these people were, you know, were tracking her movements, which means they possibly could have, you know, tapped her phone, tracked her phone, things of that nature. They could have also, you know, like hacked her security system to her house, things like that. So if, you know, that is a thing and you see that she up and moves, don't be surprised, because y'all, it's a lot. It is a whole lot going on right now. Okay, you said she already said they were doing similar things as to what was done to Demore. Okay, okay. Then that makes sense, because that literally just popped in my head that they were tapping her phone. King of Coins, Two of Swords. She's gonna, oh Lord, yeah, she gonna cut off people that y'all don't even expect her to cut off. Eight of Coins. And see, this is the thing. It's like she wants to continue to work, but if you have been in my lives before, here and on Twitch, I told you that her life is in danger. They don't want her to just stop working. Her life is in danger. The Magician and the Queen of Cups. The Magician to the Queen of Cups. People could be going to intuitives on her, okay? Ten of Wands, King of Wands. So y'all know who the King of Wands usually represents, okay? So this Sagittarius is making it really, really hard for her, really, you know, unbearable at this point. And this is falling under the devil, but she will trample over the devil, y'all. He has a downfall coming outside of her that he's trying to fight against, and he's not going to escape it. If you've been watching me for a while, I already told y'all he's going to literally experience God coming down off the throne and punching him in the face directly. So he's not escaping anything. His downfall is going to be an epic cautionary tale. And I mean epic. Show me the sun. What's up under the sun? Yeah, after she exposes everything, it's going to put a lot to rest. Four of Coins. They're trying to affect her money in every possible way. So it's not just these people working for her stealing. They're trying to hit her in every possible way and drain her accounts. So I'm not surprised with this whole thing, what they're talking about with the house. They're trying to literally drain everything she has. Two of Coins, falling under the tower. They want her robbing Peter to pay Paul. And they're going to come for her marriage again. They're literally trying to hit her with everything in the kitchen sink. Three of Swords, Queen of Wands. So it's like, you know, she is thinking about going in another direction because of heartbreak, due to everything that she's invested. But Seven of Coins, what I tell y'all, you reap what you sow, better get a seamstress. Everything that they are putting on Nikki is going to come back to them 777 fold. King of Coins, Judgment, Three of Wands. So they're definitely going to try to come at her husband again, possibly using the law. So he needs to watch his temper and stay out of the way because they want her singled out. Remember, you know, he couldn't quite make all the tour dates, and Deb came on the tour. And they're not going to play with Deb. Because one thing for certain and two things for sure. Mama Bear, Deb, she's not to be played with. Queen of Cups. So it's like she's following her intuition at this time. And, you know, she's limiting her communication with people. Four of Cups. Yeah, they're trying to manifest an unrequited situation for her, and they need it to be something that the public can see. They want to make her spiral out or bring her to her knees before the public. Oh yeah, they don't call Deb the Suge Knight of the South for no reason. Ten of Cups. So definitely they're going to keep trying to put pressure on her and her family to bring balance to them. But see how that backfires is the more they do to her, the more evidence the DOJ has. See, they didn't think about that. They never expected for higher level officials to get involved to come in and help Nikki. I told y'all that MAGA was going to move like the hand of God. And MAGA is going to come and help Nikki. Least likely expected heroes that are going to come to help Nikki are going to come from MAGA. Eight of Swords. So, I mean, she's heavy in her head, but y'all, she's going to stay steadfast and people are going to prison. People are going to prison. And I want y'all to understand, when I say higher level law enforcement, I don't mean, you know, going into the precinct and just making a regular report. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We're talking about people who can shut down the precinct coming to help her. Nine of Cups. And the Lovers. So, you know, there are people that are working together, colluding together, but these people don't understand this chain link fence that they've built together to tear her down, to, you know, try to make it seem like she's mental or a religious zealot. It's not going to do anything but get all these people aligned for an investigation. Every last one of them who are speaking in a negative way. And I'm not just speaking about, you know, you just having a regular opinion. I'm speaking about there are certain people that are pushing certain rhetoric. Their day is coming. Their time is short. King of Wands, Queen of Wands. Y'all, damn it, I couldn't make this up if I tried. Look at this, y'all. Peanut butter and jelly. Peanut butter and jelly. Didn't I tell y'all you find one, here's the other? But see, he couldn't come out, literally, because he ain't coming out. But they were working together against her. Eight of Wands. Judgment is about to start coming down on these people very swiftly for their choices, for their decisions. They pop up in the majority of my readings, y'all. I go through these readings and I'm like, what the hell are you doing here? Really, Bifrost? Why, thank you. King of Swords. Knight of Swords. So messages are going to come out. Yeah, this is high level. And I mean high level law enforcement. Thank you for your support, Bifrost. Very, very high level law enforcement. Would you say not you full of Stefan, Angel? Oh, man. We're talking about all the way up to Homeland Security, baby. Up to Homeland Security. Four of Cups. Unrequited offer. I told y'all. The High Priestess. Nikki comes up in High Priestess energy. They want her out of here, and they want it to be questionable how it happens. See, when they keep putting out rumors about substance abuse and things like that, y'all be very mindful, because that's an overlay for the underplay. See, they keep saying that because they want to be able to say, oh, she overdosed. Well, we told y'all she had a problem with substances. Remember when she kept saying that somebody went to go pick up her prescription, which was not the person she sent, and then here it is out of nowhere, somebody wrote on her food, and they weren't supposed to know who she was. Yeah, they have been trying to send her to the upper room over and over and over and over again. It hasn't worked. And I'm pretty sure that they've laced her stuff and put her in positions to where something possibly could have been in her system and it may not have been ingested, on purpose, but it still didn't do what they needed it to do. Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords. See, this is why they want her out the way. She's telling the truth, and the Queen of Swords is willing to fight to tell the truth. They tell you a truth teller don't have no friends. This is a perfect example. Six of Swords. She's still going to be able to get out of this negative situation and move forward. The High Priestess. See, High Priest and High Priestess in the upright is God's anointed. They're a direct pipeline for messages from the Most High. The Hermit and the Four of Coins. Yeah, they want to separate her from her financial stability. But if she goes into hermit mode and she disappears for a while, just know it's for her safety. The Strength card and the High Priestess. Now, like I told y'all, Strength is my Lion of Judah card. As you can see, she's sitting here with a lion cub. High Priestess. God is with her. And when God is with you, who can be against you? I wouldn't say she should go to Trinidad. They would look for her there. She's got to do things that they don't expect her to do. Seven of Wands. Yeah, she's going to stand 10 toes down and defend herself. And what they hate about her is that she's stubborn. They can't break her. Even if she cries, she go through what she goes through, she's stubborn. I feel her. Because at the end of the day, if I know I'm right, I don't care if it's me against 100 people. I'm going to stand on all 10s until I get my justice. Six of Coins. So law enforcement is looking into, this misappropriated money, or this money that is off the records, off the books. Page of Swords. Yeah, people are under surveillance right now that don't even know they're under surveillance. Yep, the Empress falls under the Death card, the Six of Cups. Yeah, they've tried many death attempts on her over the past, and they're desperate. They are very desperate. They want her out of the way so bad. Shania, baby, it don't matter where you go. We're talking about upper echelon people. You can't outrun these people unless you're going to a remote island with absolutely no Wi-Fi, and you're practically like in an enclave or something somewhere. You got to understand, these people are tied into law enforcement. Every time you fly in and fly out, anytime you use identification, you can be found. This is some enemy of the state type shit. This ain't no regular enemies where you can just up and move and, okay, I stay in Cleveland and I'm gonna go to Jersey. This ain't that. Drake can't help her in Canada. The media is tearing him up in Canada. This is so far above what y'all think this is. This is so far above what y'all think this is. That's why it's the level of law enforcement that's involved in this that came to help her, because this is so far above what y'all think this is. This ain't no regular stuff. I promise you, this ain't no regular stuff. You gotta, to understand what's going on, and I'm not even trying to be funny. You gotta watch something like, what's that Will Smith movie, Enemy of the State? Like this ain't nothing like what y'all think this is. This is some crazy. You can make a suspense novel type stuff. I just told you, Kayla, she's telling the truth. Do you understand the type of people she's telling the truth on? These ain't no low level people. these are people that are tied into government. That's why God sent people in government that are above those people. The moon, the emperor. Emperor is somebody that is above everybody, okay? He's above regular, you know, people that are in charge. Secret. Nikki's help is coming from such a high place. Only God could do this. Yes, I will be considered a natural born high priestess. I was born with my gift. That's right, cat eyes. Psalms 35. Nikki is gonna be good. This if y'all could understand the playing field. Four of coins in the chariot. So, like I said, if y'all see her up and move, or she gets to doing some things that appear to be strange, trust the process, because she has to move in a way that these people don't expect. And really, to be honest, I think she needs to get out of California, at least until this is all over. Ace of Coins, Two of Wands. So, yeah, Ace of Coins represents collaborations and choices, also large amounts of money. The Star. Yeah, there's hope. And see the Wounded Warrior at the bottom of the deck? Wounded Warrior is not a bad card to get in a situation like this, because the Wounded Warrior goes through. But when everything is all said and done, the Wounded Warrior is the only one still standing on the battlefield. Everybody else has been eradicated. The wounded warrior is the last one left. She's definitely going to be the last one standing. Seven of Swords. And see, these people are about to be scrambling. They don't know what to do. They're about to be scrambling because, you know, Seven of Swords under the Seven of Wands. Yeah, it's what she's standing up against, what she's fighting against is diabolical. I mean, my God. Knight of Swords. Messages are going to be coming out very, very soon about this Six of Pentacles, this unaccounted for money. So there's even more money. Like, they're still researching. They're still, like I said, people are under surveillance right now who don't even know that they're being watched. And things are going to start moving fast. You're going to get more and more messages coming out about who's attached to this money that was stolen. And these people who are stealing money are also attached to the people who want her out of here. Here goes the surveillance card. Yeah, these people who were stealing from her were also reporting back about her. That's why it makes it so scary that that person was following her movements. Nine of Coins. Yeah, they want to single her out by herself so that they could betray her for the last time. Ace of Wands. Yeah, it's Three of Pentacles. So these people swiftly came together to work against her. But what they don't know is, baby, the way God is about to come down on them, it's going to be like a thief in the night. They're not going to see it coming. And not the way that it's coming. Like, it's ingenious the way they're doing this. I got to say shout out again to everybody that was with me on Twitch, because I explained this on Twitch, how they're using AI and the algorithms and technology to literally track down each and every individual that is attached to this. And they're pulling everything together in such a way, y'all, when they finally expose all the hands that were on the table, expect to be sitting there with your mouth wide open. So I do see her being vindicated after this whole smear campaign. All these people talking about she's crazy. Yes, Frosty. Elon's technology. You remember what I said. And if you are on X, you are up under Elon's technology. Seven of Coins. So I'm going to close it on this, because here we go. You reap what you sow, better get a seamstress. And everything they took from her will be given back to her tenfold, the Wheel of Fortune. So it don't matter what they're trying to do to her. These people are all going down, and they're going down in a way that there is no coming back. So if y'all like to join me in prayer, I'm going to close this live out with a prayer for Nikki, and then I'm done for the night. Heavenly Father, angels and ancestors of the highest heavenly order, we come before you humbly, respectfully, yet boldly, and we ask that you put a fiery hedge of angelic fire around Nikki and keep her safe from all hurt, harm, and danger, all evil, all negativity. Block out all trickster spirits, all monitoring spirits, and all maleficent spirits and energy from her presence in her total energetic field. Heavenly Father, break out the teeth of those that lie against her, break the hands of the evildoers that work against her, and compel those to go backwards that come against her in evil. Heavenly Father, for this is your child, and I ask that you keep your hand on her, and I'm standing in the gap for her, Heavenly Father, and I ask that you bring down the warring angels of heaven, Heavenly Father, and I give them permission to stand charge over her and to keep her and her family safe, Heavenly Father. Uncover all of these people. Leave no stones unturned. Leave no places where they can hide, Heavenly Father. Expose them at every turn, and let the angels that come before them, the avenging angels, come at unawares and surprise them, Heavenly Father. Let them not see it coming, and let there be no help for them. Let there be no shelter for them, Heavenly Father. And let them be as embarrassed as they wanted Nikki to be, Heavenly Father. Let the shame of their iniquities be seen publicly, and let them never be able to rebuild again, Heavenly Father. Tear down everything that they have built and burn it down, Heavenly Father, until it is no more. And every hand that was connected in this, Heavenly Father, I ask that you expose it wholeheartedly with the dirt on the hands publicly, so that we can see every moving part. Heavenly Father, I thank you in advance for keeping her safe and protecting her and bringing her out of this situation. And let her be a shining example, Heavenly Father, when people choose to trust in you and to follow you, that you will never forsake your children, Heavenly Father. Let your work be done on earth as it is in heaven. So mote it be. Amen. And it is done. So I'm going to go ahead and end this live, y'all. And anytime you worry about Nikki, before you worry, thank God for her safety and her deliverance. Pray for her far more than you worry about her, because that's what she needs right now. And anytime you worry, pray for God to destroy her enemies. Don't even allow yourself to say anything negative that they can do to her. If it comes across your mind that they can do it, pray against it. So we're going to end tonight, y'all. And I thank every last one of you for being here. Everybody that is in my membership class tomorrow night, due to family situations, I'm not going to be doing membership tomorrow night. I will be back for membership with all of you on Sunday night. So I got a lot to take care of with my own familial situation. So membership, I will see you Sunday night. I will still see everybody on Twitch Friday night. And I thank all of you. Many blessings to all of you. Have a wonderful night. And until next time, thank you for joining me here at Allegedly Wednesdays, where everything we say is alleged, honey, because we don't know what we be talking about. But we do know that God doesn't forsake his children. And as long as we thank God for Nikki's safety and we thank God for her deliverance, it will be done. Good night, y'all.